What if the way you begin each morning could transform not just your day, but the very fabric of your existence? In the ancient monasteries of Tibet, monks rise before dawn, not out of obligation, but out of deep understanding. They know something we have forgotten in our rushing world. They know that the first moments of awakening hold a sacred power, a doorway between the dream state and the world of form, where the mind is most malleable, most open to transformation. You wake each day with a choice. You can stumble blindly into the chaos of modern life, allowing the mind to be immediately hijacked by notifications, worries, and the endless stream of mental chatter. Or you can pause at this threshold moment and remember who you truly are beneath all the noise. The Buddha taught that our suffering comes not from external circumstances, but from our unconscious reactions to them. How we meet the morning sets the tone for how we meet everything that follows. There was once a young monk who complained to his teacher that his meditation practice felt scattered and weak. "Master," he said, "no matter how long I sit, my mind remains like a wild horse. What am I doing wrong?" The wise teacher smiled and asked, "Tell me, how do you begin each day?" The monk replied, "I jump from my sleeping mat and rush to morning prayers, then breakfast, then work in the gardens." The teacher nodded slowly. "Ah, there is your answer. You are trying to calm a river by shouting at it downstream, when what you need is to tend to the spring at its source. The morning is your spring. In those precious moments between sleep and the full engagement with the world, your consciousness is like soft clay, ready to be shaped. This is why the first habit of awakening beings is to greet the morning with reverent awareness. Before you reach for your phone, before you fill your mind with the concerns of others, place your hand on your heart and simply breathe. Feel the miracle of your aliveness. In Tibet, they call this meeting the day with empty hands, meaning you approach each morning without grasping, without immediately loading yourself with tasks and worries. Take 3 conscious breaths, not the shallow breathing of anxiety, but the deep, nourishing breath that reaches the bottom of your belly. With each inhale, imagine drawing in peace and clarity. With each exhale, release any tension or lingering dreams. This simple act begins to train your nervous system to approach life from a place of centered awareness, rather than reactive urgency. You are not just breathing, you are choosing consciousness over automation. Each breath becomes a reminder that this moment is all you truly have, and in this moment you are safe. The second practice flows naturally from the first. Set an intention for the day, but not in the way the goal-obsessed world teaches. This is not about adding more items to your to-do list. Instead, ask yourself, how do I want to show up in the world today? Perhaps your intention is to meet whatever arises with patience. Perhaps it is to see the beauty that others miss. Perhaps it is to speak only words that heal rather than harm. This practice comes from the understanding that our external world is largely a reflection of our internal state. When you consciously choose your inner orientation, you are not trying to control outcomes, but rather preparing the soil of your being to receive whatever seeds the day may plant. There is an old story of a farmer who every morning would walk to the edge of his property and bow to the rising sun. His neighbors thought this strange and sometimes mocked him for it. Years passed, and while their crops struggled, his fields flourished abundantly. One day, a curious neighbor asked the secret of his success. The farmer smiled and said, "Each morning, I remember that I am not separate from the earth, the sun, or the rain. When you know you are part of the whole supports you." This is the essence of the third morning practice, cultivating gratitude, not as a mental exercise, but as a recognition of your interconnectedness with all life. Before your feet touch the floor, name 3 things for which you feel genuinely grateful. But do not let this become mechanical. Feel the gratitude in your body. Perhaps it is the warmth of your bed, the gift of another day of breathing, the love of someone dear to you. This practice rewires your brain to notice abundance rather than scarcity, connection rather than separation. Neuroscience now confirms what contemplatives have known for millennia. A grateful mind is a peaceful mind, and a peaceful mind sees clearly through the illusions that cause suffering. The fourth practice may surprise you in its simplicity. Drink water mindfully, not while checking messages or planning your day, but as a meditation in itself. In Zen temples, even the most mundane activities become opportunities for awakening. As you drink, pay attention to the sensation of the water meeting your lips, the coolness as it travels down your throat, the way your body receives this fundamental nourishment. You are not just hydrating, you are practicing presence. You are learning to find the sacred in the ordinary, which is perhaps the most revolutionary act in our distracted world. This mindful drinking connects to a deeper teaching about how we consume everything in our lives. Most of us go through our days consuming unconsciously information, food, entertainment, even relationships. We gulp rather than savor, accumulate rather than appreciate. When you drink your morning water with full attention, you are training yourself to approach all consumption with awareness. You begin to ask not just what do I want, but what does my deepest self actually need? This question becomes a compass for navigating the countless choices that await you throughout the day. The fifth habit involves gentle movement, but not exercise as the fitness industry promotes it. This is movement as prayer, as a way of honoring the temple of your body. Stretch slowly, feeling into each muscle and joint. Perhaps walk barefoot for a few minutes, feeling your connection to the earth. The Buddha himself walked many miles each day, not just for transportation, but as a form of walking meditation. When you move with awareness, you are not trying to perfect your body or burn calories. You are celebrating the miracle of embodiment and awakening the life force that flows through you. In many traditions, the body is seen as the vehicle for enlightenment, not an obstacle to it. Your morning movement practice reminds you that awakening is not about transcending the physical realm, but about becoming fully present within it. As you stretch or walk, notice how awareness can permeate every cell of your being. This is very different from the distracted exercising that many people do while watching screens or lost in thought. Here, movement becomes a bridge between the inner and outer worlds, between stillness and activity. The sixth and perhaps most transformative practice is to spend a few minutes in silence. Not the silence of emptiness, but the pregnant silence that contains all possibilities. Sit quietly without trying to meditate in any formal way. Simply be present with whatever arises in your awareness. Thoughts will come, this is natural. Emotions may surface. Sensations will shift and change. Your role is not to control or fix anything, but to witness with the same loving attention you might give to a sleeping child. This practice connects you to what Buddhists call your Buddha nature, the inherent wisdom and compassion that exists beneath all the mental noise. In this silence, you remember that you are not just the small, worried self that gets caught in daily dramas. You are also the vast awareness that can hold all experiences with equanimity. This remembering changes everything. When you know yourself as both the wave and the ocean, the small troubles of daily life lose their power to overwhelm you. These 6 practices create what we might call a sacred morning architecture. Like the foundation of a temple, they provide structure for everything that follows. But remember, these are not rules to follow perfectly or another way to judge yourself. They are invitations to experiment with conscious living. Start with just one practice that calls to you. Do it gently, without forcing. Notice what shifts in your day, your relationships, your inner state. The ancient wisdom keepers understood something we are only beginning to rediscover, that transformation happens not through grand gestures or dramatic changes, but through the accumulation of conscious moments. Each morning offers you the gift of beginning again, of choosing awareness over automaticity, presence over distraction. In this choice lies not just personal peace, but a contribution to the healing of our world. When you awaken with intention, you help awaken the collective consciousness of humanity. As you move into your day, carry this morning consciousness with you like a secret flame. Let it illuminate not just your own path, but warm all those whose lives you touch. This is the true meaning of spiritual practice, not to escape the world, but to bring more light into it. May your mornings become gateways to deeper wisdom, and may that wisdom flow through you to bless all beings.